Drew Wilson, Dan Needles. Joining us in the studio, our special guest, the president of the Milwaukee Admirals. We like to call him El Jefe. It's Jon Greenberg. Greeny, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Now, are you a NASCAR guy?
Daytona 500.
Yeah?
That's kind of the extent of it for me, but that's
That's a vote. That counts.
So I do like watching the Daytona 500. Get to spring training every year. And that was the first pool of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It was always heavy.
And of course, when we had Ned, he was such a huge fan. I mean, I probably learned more about NASCAR working with Ned than I would have ever known otherwise. So
I'd forgotten about those days, yeah. You guys were heavy into it.
Oh, man.
Heavy. What about the Olympics?
Love the Olympics,
The NHL shuts down, and you guys still playing.
Right.
Obviously players are going to have huge interest in the games and the hockey tournament, as we say. But you still have games to play of your own. You're in the regular league season.
Right. We're actually getting some players back from Nashville. So we'll load up for probably 10 days to 2 weeks, and unfortunately so will everybody else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So is that why there wasn't a weird corresponding move when Wilson and Youngman got called up? Because
Partially.
they were going to come back?
Partially. Part of that was weather related. It was just too hard to get a guy to where we were going. So I expect one of those guys back probably for the weekend. The other one probably next week once the Olympic break starts. But Dan Hamhuis, who is a former Admiral, and plays national team. His wife are expecting their first child, which is taking him away a little bit, and so that's why Nolan has been up there just kind of for cover. He actually got called up and didn't play, which is always disappointing for us down here because when the guys get called up, you want to see them get their chance to get out there a little bit, especially Nolan, who's been such a great soldier for us over the last 4 years. Deserves a chance to actually get on the ice.
Yeah, no question. Now, big doings this weekend at the Bradley Center.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a weekend. Tomorrow night, first 5,000 through the door, get an Abe Lincoln bobblehead, thanks to U.S. Bank, and it's Abe's birthday. Yeah, it's Abe's birthday, and he's representing the Admirals quite nicely there, including all the way down to the hockey socks and the skates. So,
is this the first presidential bobblehead you've come across, Dan?
Yes.
It is for me. I know there have been some. I don't know about any sports team giving it away.
No, I don't remember.
No,
maybe
during
the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, during the election back in 2008, there were teams doing McCain, Obama bobbleheads, and whichever side you were supporting, you could take that bobblehead. Some teams did that, but they weren't presidents yet, so.
You'd think somebody would have had, some engineering soul would have come up with a bobblehead, a double bobblehead. You got Bill Clinton and you got, who is the intern?
Monica Lewinsky.
There you go.
How soon they forget.
Oh. But I don't know. What? Yeah. When you do something like that, it's not a member of your team. Do you have to go through licensing for somebody that's been dead for 20 years?
He's public domain. So we didn't hear from anybody from the Lincoln family.
Knowing the way that you guys snowball when you have your brainstorming sessions, is there a beard contest? Is there Abe Lincoln impersonators? What do we got going on?
There's a real good chance you're going to see Abe there actually helping pass these out. So it'll be kind of fun. And then we actually did talk to the Washington Nationals about having their Abe Lincoln guy who runs around come out and let us borrow the costume so that we can skate on the ice with him. But they nixed that out there. So
that's weak sauce.
You should let anybody named Penny in for a penny. He's on the penny.
Yeah, very nice.
Didn't know they're trying to make money, Dan. Go back to what I was asking you though. If you tried to do Obama right now, President Obama, would you have to? That's also public domain too?
It appears to be because there were teams doing it all over the place and nobody was asking for anybody's permission to do that. So.
Now, what if it were like a retired hockey player who's passed away? Is that the same kind of thing, or do you have to go through a team or their family or something like that? Like if you wanted to do a Gump Worsley.
Yeah. No, we could probably go ahead and do that. The thing is, to get the images of that guy, to really do the bobblehead the correct way, you're probably going to have to go through his last team or the Hockey Hall of Fame or somebody like that, and they're going to charge you for, the rights to use those pictures or those images. But generally, you can pretty much go ahead and do what you want to do. We haven't had an issue yet. But obviously, with our own guys, we do pay a licensing fee to the Players Association at the start of the season that allows us to put guys on everything. And so bobbleheads certainly fit into that. And we're doing Chris Mason's bobblehead here in about 3 weeks, March 5th, and we had a poll on our website for fans to pick a former Admiral who's in the NHL bobblehead guy. And we talked to Chris, and he was like, "Yeah, go ahead, yeah, no problem." So a lot of it's just courtesy to do that, and obviously the guy said, "Yeah, you do it, but I want 300 of them for me," and that's no problem. We're happy to do that.
Sure. So Jon Greenberg, president of the Admirals, joins us here in the D-List, 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com. Abe Lincoln bobblehead Friday night, and then on Sunday is the $3 tickets for
it's our charity game. Yep, absolutely. For the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the upper level tickets are all $3, and $2 of that $3 goes right back out to Make-A-Wish. And if you choose to sit downstairs, you want to sit a little closer to the ice. Although sitting upstairs in the Bradley Center for hockey is spectacular. But if you want to sit downstairs, then the prices are the normal price, the $18, $16, or $11 for kids, and about $2 from all those tickets is going to go back out as well. And over the last 4 years, we've been able to donate more than $94,000 back to local charities. So this year will put us over the $100,000 mark, and we're excited about it. And tickets are going well, but we certainly have plenty available for Sunday afternoon if you want to come out. And we've been really trying to appeal to businesses in the area who have employees. This is a great way to maybe do something fun for your employees and not have to spend a whole lot of money. And we've had a lot of companies who've taken us up on that offer. But anybody wants to come out, $3 a ticket, and have a lot of fun with us.
That is pretty cool. And all this is a warm-up. We've been talking NASCAR a lot today because of the referendum. But isn't it a week from Sunday you have your tribute to wrestling?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Billy Robinson.
They seem to go hand in hand.
How old is Billy Robinson?
71.
Wow. When we were kids, he was wrestling the Crusher, Vergania, all of those guys in the AWA.
Absolutely.
And he was in the movie The Wrestler, where I believe he was the champion in it.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We've had the opportunity to talk to him a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and it's an interesting story is that he lives here in the United States now. His son is from West Point. It was going to West Point, which obviously he moved here and became a citizen because or had a
they
job.
don't get in there.
Yeah, exactly. So he just a real gentleman. I mean, of course, that's the way people kind of thought of him when he was a wrestler too. Is that he knew every move you could possibly think of. If you ever want to watch, we went and sit in the office now and watch YouTube wrestling matches, and we were watching Billy Robinson matches from the early '70s on YouTube. We love YouTube, and just fascinating to watch this. It takes you back to your childhood.
Sure.
We got him, and we got Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming in, so we'll bring some 2x4s so you can lap some people around with those, and then Al Snow, who's a WWE guy who walks around with a little head, and it's kind of his thing. It's very odd, but apparently Head will be joining us, and
wow.
Yeah. So then Christy Hemme, who's a manager / wrestler / sideline host / former Playboy model. So she'll be joining us as well.
So now that's a week from Sunday. So first you have Abe Lincoln bobblehead on Friday. You're playing Rockford, right?
Correct. Big game for first place Friday night.
That's right.
If they can get back to the hockey, we are 1 point behind them. So.
And then Sunday is the Make-A-Wish game, $3 tickets in the upper deck.
Yep, 4 o'clock against San Antonio. And then next Friday, we're back home again on Friday night, and it is Brewers Admirals baseball cap night.
Oh, sweet.
And it's also the last night where you can take advantage of the two-man advantage ticket offer, where you get the 2 tickets for that game, and then you pick one of 2 Brewer games, and you get 2 tickets to that as well, all for $32. So it's a great deal.
And one last thing I got to ask you about. Last week we talked about Claude Noel taking over as head coach of Columbus, kicking and screaming. Isn't he unbeaten?
Yeah. Yeah, and I just read a column out of the Columbus paper, and they love him already. He is, the players love him. It's just like, it seems to me that it's almost a little bit like Harvey Keene when they came here. It's just, the reins came off and everybody's relaxed. And he was compared by a Columbus columnist to the guy from Kelly's Heroes, the Donald Sutherland character.